Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be Hulu recommendations part 2, the movie series. So it's only going to be movies that I have seen that happen to be on Hulu, or movies that I've seen because they were on Hulu. But all of them are on Hulu currently at this moment. I checked, double checked. I saw a couple of them last night, rewatched them, love them. I have some scary movies, some hilarious movies, some like dramatic, deep, intense movies, and one Christmas movie because I love this movie. I watch it all year round. I don't care if it's Christmas or not. So I am going to do my hair. I'm going to straighten it while I talk about this because normally I just sit here and talk about it, but I needed to straighten my hair and I figured why not just make it one video. So first I'm going to brush my hair with my Conair hairbrush. I did shower earlier, so it's fresh. And I did dye my hair dark. I know I have other videos where it's light, and some highlights still shine through randomly, but I am gonna do it. I'm gonna get it professionally done dark once it's like almost October, halfway through September, when it's like definitely it's like when people know, okay, it's fall. I'm gonna dye my hair. I might do it like a deep dark red because I did that in middle school and a little bit of high school and I loved it. So yeah, you guys please don't pick on me because my hair is gonna be looking really funny. Hopefully you can just pay attention to the recommendations. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a scary movie. Okay, first one, I actually watched this last night for the first time. It's called The Crazies. It is, it's obviously a scary movie. There is nothing bad in it. I know a lot of people don't like watching movies with like sexual scenes in them or things like that. It doesn't have anything like that in it. It doesn't show anything bad at all. So, it's about this town where some of the people start going crazy, and it takes a different turn. Like when I first watched it, I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to tell you what it isn't. So you think it's like people just go crazy for no reason and then like the town has to like try to survive it. That's what I thought anyway, or I thought like maybe they like drank something, like maybe the water was bad or something like that, but it's different. It's kind of weird the way the turn it takes, but it ends really good, and it is really good, and it is freaky. It's not like that scary, but it can be for some people, especially if you're the kind of person who is more scared of like something that could actually happen. Like I know some people are scared of like me, I'm terrified of clowns and spiders and like going over bridges, like my car running off a bridge. So if a movie is like a bunch of clowns, that really scares me. But for some people it might be like the Strangers movies, because that could actually happen. Someone could actually break into your home and like do that, and there's not gonna be like on it like a mysterious clown, you know? So it really depends on what you find scary. The second one is called P2. Actually, this is the older movie. Some of these are older. I watched P2 for the first time when I was like 10 or so with my mom, and it's really good. So this girl, P2 stands for like parking lot 2. This girl is like the last person to leave her office on Christmas Eve. So she goes into the parking garage, and then there's like someone down there that wants to kill her. So like she spends the whole, I think it's like a day or two, because the office is like closed for 3 days because of Christmas. So she's like fighting for days to stay alive. It's really good, like extremely good. I really like it. I like movies like that though, so I don't know, it kind of depends on your personal preference. The third movie, we'll go with a funny one, Simple Favor. I believe it is rated R, but it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's like definitely a different kind of movie. It has Blake Lively in it and the girl from Pitch Perfect. I can't think of her name, but she's really pretty. She has brown hair. It's weird because they're like best friends or whatever, and then like, yeah, I can't tell you anything without giving it away. But it's kind of a different movie. It is rated R for a reason. I can't remember if it shows anything sexual or not, but it does show like a girl like Blake Lively naked and things like that. So just watch at your own risk, I guess, depending on who you're watching it with. The fourth one is The Color Purple. So this one is based on like an African American's life back when like slaves were around, and like in that time frame. It's really sad, but it really makes you appreciate the life you have now, and it definitely gives you, like, I'm not a racist person, but if someone were racist and they watched this, I feel like it could change their opinion, because it's just such a good movie, and it's like, it just shows like the way of life for them, for an African American back in those times. It's very good. It really gets you thinking, and I just love movies based off that. My mom always loved movies like that, like The Color Purple, and then the movie For Colored Women. Oh my god, that movie is so good. It is really good. I mean, these things can happen to white people, obviously, or Hispanics, or Asians, or natives, or they can happen to any ethnicity or skin tone, but I do think, you know, obviously it's geared more towards that skin tone, because they did go through a lot worse than, you know, white people ever did. That's a fact. So they deserve to, you know, take the credit for how the movie can make you feel as an individual. So the fifth one is Acrimony. I'm sure some of you have seen this, because it is amazing. It has, oh my god, I don't know her name, but I'm obsessed with her. I can't think what her name is right now. She plays in so many movies. Her name is like something, she plays Katherine Johnson in the movie about how the three black women help the like NASA and stuff like that. Whatever that movie is, I can't think about it. I can't think of the name, but she plays on that. So she like is with this guy her whole life for like 40 years, and then he finally is successful when he's really old, and she like left him like a week before he like got rich or whatever, and he, instead of going back to her and doing the right thing, going back to her, trying to fix it and things like that, he just gets with another girl. And I'm pretty sure it's the same girl from earlier in the movie, which you'll know what I'm talking about if you watch it, but I can't spoil it. But yeah, that movie, it makes me feel like I'm crazy, because like I kind of don't, like, I don't think she's in the wrong, and she goes off, like, like, if you watch it and you agree with her, let me know, so I'm not the only crazy one. But I mean, he did do some nice things to her after, and, you know, she should have just accepted that, but, I mean, maybe not, you know, you never know. I'm not her, it is a movie, so yeah. Another one has Halle Berry. It's called Kidnapped, or it's called Kidnap, but I call it Kidnapped because that makes more sense. It's such a good movie, you guys. Oh my god. It's like the same scenario, like the mom is pretty much in a car chasing down her kid the entire time, but it's so good, like, so freaking good. If you guys have seen The Call with Halle Berry in it when she's a dispatcher, oh my god, it's so good. You need to watch it. That's like her thing. Like, she kills those kind of movies. She's such an amazing, talented actress, and I freaking love her. And yeah, but you should really watch it. That's pretty much all there is to it. She's chasing down her son, pretty much the whole movie, but a couple other things happen, and it's really interesting, because you gotta like pay attention at the end. Yeah, it's really good. And it's only been out for a few years, so it's possible you haven't seen it. Okay, the next two are staples in any movie collection, obviously, but I'm gonna put them out there because they're on Hulu. So Paranormal Activity is about a supernatural entity that follows around the specific family, and they have Paranormal Activity 1 through 3. I believe they have 3 movies. All of them are on Hulu. I know for 100% fact the first and second are, so don't quote me on the third. But you don't have to watch them in order for them to be good, but it does make it like kind of cool. But it's kind of like Insidious. It goes backwards with the timeline. Like it starts when they're adults, goes back to their kids, and then goes to like switches to a completely different family. Like it's kind of weird, but it's good. And then the next one is Final Destination. If everyone hasn't seen this, I'd be shocked. But the only ones, there's 5 of them, or 6, I believe. I think it's 5. But you have all these, the only ones you have to watch in order are the first and second one, and then they just go out of order because it's based off, like, all these people, like, say you and your, like, I don't know, whoops, okay, say, like, 10 of your favorite singers are on a bus, and they're all supposed to, like, crash and die. That's what the day would be. That's what was supposed to happen. And then Carrie Underwood has a vision, and she's like, everyone get off the bus. And then like in the order that the crash happened, like who died in the crash, is Death tries to come back and kill all the people that were supposed to die in the same order they were gonna die in her vision. And then they have to try and stop it and things like that. It's so good. They all die in really scary ways though. So it makes you think that, like, it makes you kind of paranoid because the way that some of them die is like, oh my god, that could happen to anyone, anytime if someone wasn't paying attention. Like, but they make it really scary, and they make it like so obvious to the person, and they still die, which makes it scary because, like, what if you weren't paying attention and that was happening, and you know, like, you could have prevented your death. But yeah, they're really good. You should go watch those. They're not like terrifying though. Like, they're like thrillers. They're like a good movie to watch. We have like a bunch of girlfriends over, like watching all of them in a row and stuff. Another one is called Open Water. It is about this couple who goes on this yacht, and they, you know, go scuba diving, and then they get left and they're stuck in the middle of the ocean. There's also an Open Water 2. I haven't seen that one though, but I'm pretty sure it's probably the same thing as the first one. It is really good, and it's only 2 people that get stuck. It is kind of a slower movie because there is only 2 people, and the plot is so bland. Like, you can't do much with the plot. Like, you can't just, like, you know, there's not like someone chasing them where they actually can get away. They're just stuck sitting there in the middle of the ocean, like, trying not to get ate by a shark, waiting for help to come. It's just kind of a slower movie. It's kind of one of those movies I like to watch and then put on in a background. But it's still pretty, like, it's still really good if you like shark movies. Like, if I'm in the mood for a shark movie, I'll watch all these, like, deep blue sea, open water movies. And they're good. Especially, for me, I find that, like, my fiance loves shark movies and things like that. So these kinds of movies are interesting enough to me because of, like, the couple's plot. Like, it's a couple, like, who's gonna die, who's gonna live, how would they feel if the other one died? But he gets to watch sharks, like, try to attack people, so it's like a win. Okay, I have all my lists, my whole list right here, so I'm trying to read off of it because I write it down throughout the week as I watch better movies. So the next one is No Strings Attached. So this one is like a movie with Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman. I am almost 100% sure it's Natalie Portman. And so they start hooking up all the time or whatever, and they're like, okay, we're not going to date, no strings attached, you know? And then eventually 1 or 2 or 3 of them fall in love with each other. It's only 2 people, but, you know. Eventually one of them might fall in love with the other one, and then the other one's like, hold up, and then the other one is like, okay, I'll back off, and then the other one's like, oh my god, I actually do love you, kind of movie. It's a very easy, predictable movie, but it's really fun and lighthearted to watch, and such a girly movie to watch with your girls. Yeah, it's pretty funny. You know, it has Ashton Kutcher in it too. Who doesn't love Ashton Kutcher? So, I definitely recommend it. It's like romance comedy. It's really good. Oh my God. Sorry, I self-tan my legs today when I got out of the shower, only my legs, because I tan everywhere else super easily, but when I go outside, my legs don't tan. It's weird. And I have like a bump and it itches and it hurts. Okay, the next one are two funny ones. One I'm sure you've at least heard of, Daddy's Home. Daddy's Home 2 is on there. I don't know if the first one is, but the second one is on there, and it's really funny. You don't necessarily have to watch them in order. Will, how can I forget his last name? Will, oh my God, the really funny one that plays in a lot of movies, Will something. Oh my God, he plays in it as the stepdad. Mark Wahlberg is the real dad, and then their dads come home for Christmas. Like Mark Wahlberg and then Will Ferrell, that's his name. Will Ferrell come in. Their dads come in. And, you know, they act, you know, the dad acts just like the son and stuff like that. It's really good. It's hilarious too. And then John Cena pops in at the end. A little surprise for you there. And he's my absolute favorite if you don't know. John Cena and James Lafferty are like the loves of my life. So if you don't know who they are, go look them up. You'll love them as well. They're the best. So that was a really great surprise for me when they popped up in the movie. Well, not James Lafferty, but John Cena. If you, you should know who he is if you don't. But yeah, so the next one, I think I have like two more. Yeah, I think I have two more. Meet the Parents is really funny. It has Ben Stiller in it. I don't know if you guys know who Ben Stiller is. It's just his kind of vibe movie, you know, like. It's really funny though, and obviously he's meeting the parents of, pretty sure he's meeting his girl's parents, if I remember correctly. And I think this is the last one, is the movie Precious. It's about a black girl who lives with her mom, and she just gets treated horribly. I think it's based on a true story, but it like shows things that happen to her. It shows her, you know, trying to get her life together and stuff like that. It's so good too. I mean, it's such a good movie, and her mom's like this horrible person ever, like literally the worst person I've ever seen. She's horrible. But so it's like sad, but it's like really good still. Like seeing what happens and things like that. It's really good. I feel bad when like movies like Precious or like The Color Purple are like good because they're sad, but they're still entertaining, which is horrible because it's like based on a true story. But it's like good because like you feel it, like it's like a lesson almost. It's like appreciate what you have and things like that. I don't know if you guys feel that way about movies, but I do. But yeah. I would say, I do this sometimes, my top 3 recommendations. I would say my top 3 recommendations. Oh wait, I don't think I said A Puppy for Christmas. The Christmas movie. If you're gonna watch any of these, watch that one, okay? That's like my favorite movie ever. I watched it because Ashley from Heartland, if you have watched Heartland from my Netflix recommendation video, she plays in it. She's hilarious. She's gorgeous. She just is amazing. And I love watching movies and shows when other people I know from other movies and shows are in it. I love that. So All She Wants is like A Puppy for Christmas. And it's like a typical Hallmark movie. You know, her boyfriend is a jerk. Things like that. Whatever. I'm just going to spray some of my hair with the Lock-It L'Oreal. I just buy whatever is on Ibotta, which is this app that gives me money back for things that I buy there. This was like $1 back, I think. So I bought it. And then I just brush it through. And I do need to really dye my hair. Like, look at my blonde highlights peeking through. I can't. But yeah, typical Hallmark movie. She, you know, her boyfriend's a jerk. Because she gets the puppy she's always wanted, he And then, you know, she meets someone else and he's really sweet, and like it's just really good. It is a little bit different. Not different than every other Hallmark movie, but I feel like the plot, no, the plot's the same. I don't know. It's just good, okay? It's just really good. You need to watch it. When I found it last year, I watched it like 80 times in a row. And then while we're talking about Christmas movies, I'm just gonna recommend one. I don't know if it's on Hulu or not, but it's about, I don't know what it's called, but if you want to find out the name of it, I will try to leave it in the description box if I can remember. And then if you look up Valerie from the show, type in What You Know About Me, Amanda Bynes, type that in, and then it'll show cast, and then the girl's name is Valerie, and she has blonde hair. Whatever her real name is in real life, in the show her name's Valerie. Whatever her name is in real life, she plays in it, and she moves to this the New York or something like that, and she has like this big company she works for, and she has to go back home to try and like get them to sell this piece of land or something. And she like falls down the stairs. She runs into her old boyfriend, falls down the stairs, and like loses her, like her whole life changes. It's like her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend from high school is like her husband, things like that. She, you know, lives in this house. She's like has a great relationship with her mom, and it ends, and she like, I'm just gonna spoil this one to you because I just want to. Okay, sorry. I'm sure you would have spoiled it anyway if you just like read the caption. And so like by the end of the movie, she gets her memory back. If I believe, yeah, everyone else gets their memory back, and she's like, no, like I love you guys. Don't you remember we're married? You know, like they switch. But and then eventually she ends up saving the town from the company that she works for, instead of the other way around. She's like, no, this is historic landmark town, blah blah blah. But it's really good. I really like that one. I watch that one every Christmas. I can never remember what it's called, but it's always on Hallmark. It's called like maybe like the Christmas Switch, or like I don't know. I can't remember what it's called, but it's really good. It's kind of like The Puppy for Christmas, but yeah. And I'm sure some of you guys will ask, just so you know, the straightener I'm using is just a Remington. It was $20 at Target. I had a really nice one that my fiance bought me. He usually buys me one every time I break mine, or he's bought me like 3 of them. But I bought this one because I left the one he had bought me at the hotel in Baltimore where we went to stay for like our birthday vacation. So that sucked, but I bought this one, and then the first one I bought was this one, and it didn't work. It like cut off all the time. So I took it back and bought it again, just a different one, and this one doesn't give me any trouble. So I think that one was defective. So just be prepared to like maybe have to take it back if you get it. I recommend it if you get the one that works. I think the one I had first was just defective. I'm just going to spray the other side of my hair with this as well. I have not straightened my hair in like 5 days, so hopefully it stays straight. I did change my room around. I don't know if you noticed, but you're at a different angle. Last time you were at like my desk was against this wall right here. It was against this wall, and my bed was in the middle, like right here, and the calendar was up here and everything. And you saw like my nightstand when I was like this, but now you see my bed and like my safe and all those things. But yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit of a long one, but I'm gonna put the movies up here so that in case you wanted to see P2, Precious, Simple Favor, The Color Purple, Acrimony, Kidnap, Paranormal Activity, The Crazies, Final Destination, A Puppy for Christmas, Open Water, Step Up, No Strings Attached, Daddy's Home 2, and Meet the Parents are all the movies that I mentioned. I think I forgot Step Up when I was talking. It's like a dance movie. It's really good. Just go watch it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and leave a comment if you want me to do a Netflix one. I did do a Netflix and Hulu recommendations for TV shows, so go check that out if you like this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching.